Vehicle and asset finance from ABSA. Going the extra mile to get you finance. Finance from ABSA. Going off the beaten track to find solutions.
Round 7 of the ABSA Off-Road Championship continues, and it was all new for Mark Corbett in the Nissan Navara.
Our car at the moment is in Dubai. We leave on Monday to go and race it there at the UAE Desert Challenge, which is going to be something completely different for us. But at the moment we're in a new Nissan that Nissan have just built to go to Dakar this year for Gregoire de Mavius, and it went very well. I think it's a testament to how strong these Nissans are. First time out the blocks, it was only finished yesterday, and we managed to be the second fastest SP. I think we actually tie second and third with Duncan Foss, which is great for us. I think it's great for Nissan to be 1, 2, 3 at this stage on the grid.
Indeed, it was. On the other side, for Toyota's Bevan Bertolt, it was a tough day at the office.
It was very rough out there, a lot of contours and down into valleys, up again, high-speed stuff. But I think we will start in the top 5 or 6, and from there we'll make our way through the field tomorrow. It will be nice. The temperatures in the car is running well, and me and my teammate are right next to each other, so we're doing okay.
Bev's brother Gary was a happy camper after notching up that victory.
Yeah, we're starting in front. We seem to have a 14-second gap on Evan, and we just want to try and keep it out front, not having any dust. I think it's going to be a tough event. It seemed very rough today, very tricky out there. So tomorrow should be tough to keep it in front.
For Naim Mosaji, it was a matter of keeping things under control.
We're working on it. It was quite rough today, but we tried to take it a bit easy. We wanted to get through the prologue without problems, which we always seem to have. So we weren't going out full pace, but we were trying to keep a good pace. So I think we'll probably start in the top 20 or that region, and then we look for a good chase for tomorrow to get to the front order and hopefully keep it on the road, because it's quite rough, very rough.
And that's the art of racing off the road, knowing when to go hard or not in the rough. And a lot of drivers would have gone to sleep with that as their last thought the night before. Whatever they would have dreamt about, it would have included a good weather day. What they got was a cloudy, overcast one with a promise of rain. At the start, in the town centre, there was the normal feverish activity as crews, drivers and navigators used nervous energy to set things that really actually didn't need setting again. For Ford, it was a power struggle of note.
It went okay. We had no problems. We certainly didn't set the world alight. Unfortunately, we lost a minute to the Nissans. I think they got a little bit more power than us in places, and we just weren't quite on it. But in saying that, we're in 10th position today, 4th in the production. So it's a long day. I think there's some surprises waiting for us over the hills with the rain. Unfortunately, we've got a couple of frames to get past to get back at our competition. And we've also got Mark Corbett in there, and the other Nissan, which doesn't help our championship too much. So it's important that we try and get as close to Hannes, if possible, past Hannes as soon as possible.
But it hadn't been done a lot in the 06 season. Getting past Hannes, that is. Did he get any shut-eye? We wanted to know.
No, we were all fine. I was reading my Weg magazine from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, but I slept again, and yeah, we had a good night's rest, and we're looking forward to the race today. The weather looks very, very nice. It doesn't look like it's going to be too hot, and I believe we're going to go into the forest for about 120 k's, so I'm looking forward to that.
For the Nashua Mobile Racing Team, first prize would have been a finish. They hadn't been able to buy one lately.
Well, we want to finish the race for a change. We haven't finished the last two, so we're going to go out and try and hold our position, basically, and see what happens. If Rich is right behind us, 30 seconds. If he's pushing hard, I'll let him through, and we just aim for a finish today.
A thought that was uppermost in most racing minds for the tough Toyota Dealer 400 in Leidenburg. And how would the wet weather affect things? Another burning question in the minds of team managers. For the large crowd that had come out, well, they were just expecting to see fireworks. And that's just what they got. Bertolt and Costain. Slightly over-eager at the first corner, and Gary had to employ reverse gear, exactly 200 meters into the first K. Motorites Hutchison and Bergman gunned it from the word go and were impressive on the black stuff. Their teammate Alfie Cox was also in a mean mood and set off with guns blazing. Krobler and Jordan were next, and the Nissan Navara is always a crowd pleaser. Voss and the quietly spoken Pitchford were 19 seconds down on their teammate, with Corbett and Moore accredited with the time just a half a second slower in the prologue. These boys meant business. On the route, which was made up of 3 loops of 124 kilometers each, the dust would prove to be a problem in the low-lying areas. For the Atlas Copco lads, they were going for broke, and no dust in front of them. Hutchison and Bergman were starting on a cautious note, but were at the same time trying to keep contact. The more cars passed over the dry roads due to a severe shortage of rain, the more it churned up big clouds of dust, and navigators had to have X-ray vision to make sure in which direction they sent their pilots. In just a few kilometers, Grobler and Jordan had picked up 15 seconds on Cox and was narrowing the gap. He and his longtime co-driver make a great team.
Met de ditch. 300, recht door de kruispunt met de ditch. 100, recht door met de ditch. 200, half and right. 100, half and right.
Voss and Pitchford, finding the route tough going, were also trying to find that fine line between too hard and right on the bubble. As for Corbett and Moore, they were on their way to the third fastest, clocking on the first loop, an impressive ride in a brand new car. Gibson and Brown were ever present and were steadily closing a few gaps of their own. The Ford Dio, Woolridge and Shorthammer looked like they too had thrown caution to the wind, but they would inevitably pay the price. They broke a drive shaft and had to make do with two-wheel drive, losing oodles of time. The dust was almost unmanageable at times, and already cars were stricken on the side, out for the count. Cronje and Birkin were chasing for all they were worth. While the Total Motorsport Porter of Shamir Variawa and VZ van Zyl had picked up a little bit of ground. For the Castrol Toyota crew, the specials were just too quick over the rough stuff.
Crazy, yeah? You're going to get stuck behind him. I think on this piece over here with all these jumps, they're going to walk us at least. Just being caught up to us on this uphill piece.
Rutherford and Doubtfire in the Nashua Mobile race car was steady as she goes. They were determined to finish their first race in 3, and they clocked a top 10 time for the first loop. However, this incident cost a whole fistful of racers a lot of time. Nick Gosler and Richard Carolyn steamed into the river crossing and then ground to a steaming halt. That left a whole bunch of cars queuing up like they were waiting for a Saturday morning car wash. Hamish and Alistair Stubbs did what any self-respecting Joburg driver would have done. Got impatient, but there was no way past. If it wasn't so serious, it would have been laughable. Schroeder and Huxtable eventually got through, but no doubt there was some choice language being uttered out there at the time. Some drivers lost as much as 25 minutes. Bertolt and Costello